of the terms we need to sort out. So the second way is we pick up some terms from the National Policy Museum, their terminology, and we doing the mapping from the Chinese map into the English, map into the AAT, and then we are doing the semantic way to see what best way we can connect. So this is the second way. And then we also, in the past 1 year, we also had a project with the art store. We're doing the metadata in English. So we pick up some metadata records from many museums or some projects in detail depth, and then doing the English translation. But it's really awful because if we just translate directly from the content of the metadata from the Chinese into English, that would be quite difficult to translate. This is the first problem. Because as you say, the painting, there are many scripts inside. So it is quite difficult even for us to understand. So you can imagine how we can translate in English. So this is the second project we're doing. And the third one is we do a very interesting test. We invite some cultural industries, the vendors. They would like to take some collections, digital collection, into some production. So we invite them to do the taking. And then we compare those keywords and with the keywords produced originally from the museums. And then we find out there are several different types of semantic relationship. So now we are further to connect this kind of relationship and produce some guidance to guide the institution or museums when they're doing the metadata. If they would like their digital collection can be reproduced in any different kind of productions, how they can give additional keywords so the vendors can successfully search and get these digital collections. So this is briefly a report of 3 projects we are doing. Yeah.
Wow, that's really amazing. I have a question though. Are you, have you already, or do you plan to translate the titles of the artworks or the artist names into English?
This is an ongoing project with the Getty and also the art store. It will be input into the Kona.
Okay. Oh, Kona.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Oh, that'll be really good. That'll be very helpful, I think.
Sophie has to catch up with a friend before we end. So, but before we close this, I'm thinking this way. Let you have 1 minute talking about because this session is called about past, present, and the future. Okay, I think I will use the time lapse for everybody to give a quick overview. What's the future look from your perspective? And relate to probably the hotel depth for these last several days activity, okay? And just for ending of this session. But before that, while you are still thinking, let me put one thing. Holly, you just mentioned the artist who is your Italian friend is making the micro hole on the painting. There's a technology they used in Mona Lisa. They take the IR reading from the painting and it reveal what's in the back.
And they've already tried that with that. It's because of he's been working on this for 30 years, and he's invented many of the tools that they used on the Mona Lisa. So it just doesn't show.
It doesn't show.
No.
So you have to. Okay. All right, how about making a conclusion statement quickly?
Oh, sorry.
Start with you.
In the future, I would like there to be a new position at museums. I would like a new kind of curatorial assistant. I think what we need to do is, instead of trying to make curators conform to these new tools and technologies, I would like the young curators coming up to be paired with an older curator. And I would like a knowledge transfer. I would like the young curator to be working on the technology projects and learning from the older curator, and the older curator to be transferring that knowledge. So I'd like to see in the future, I'd like to see that next generation of museum professionals empowered to become the best they can be.
What the future will be, I actually don't know. I can't express what I would like it to will be. I'm not a museum curator, but sometimes I use internet to search informations. And sometimes I find that the content that I'm looking for is in that museum, and I go to the museum website and I find 100 pictures of what I'm looking for, and you see all covered by copyright, etc. And I think we should go over this kind of yellows of our content. I know that sometimes it's a copyright because the owner, etc., don't want to expose these big resolution images of most informations. But I think that it is not more the time to think on this. If I find a website or museum that gives me a lot of information, big images, perhaps I will visit it on reality because I'm curious of it. And if the future will be a big network museum where one can search and find a lot of information, it will be very, very useful. I look, when I showed you the images of the Greek temple, I had to search for several databases, several museums, because one picture is in Germany, one is in Italy, one is in Vaticano. And you every time have to go to Vaticano Museum, to this collection of images of German museums. So if we can have access to contents free in a network of museums, would be very, very useful.
I guess the two things I'm thinking about as a result of this conference are that, oh, thank you. The two things I'm thinking about as a result of this conference are to find more simple ways to collaborate, and also to bring what is good about using pencil and paper and about ways of working in the past into kind of future technologies. I think, what was his name? Michael Buckland, I think that was his name. His presentation was so powerful because he was just working in his regular curatorial manner, and tried some simple things and just kind of rethought what was good and what was bad about printing in paper, and how can we make a new printing model where we do even better than working with print. Maybe some of you went to that presentation, but his idea is that you turn publication kind of around, and that scholars should publish their notes and with using simple HTML, and he's even doing this, and I think there's a new editor's tool, is it called? At Berkeley that they're developing, and already just publish your rough ideas on the web, and there leads to greater collaboration, and so finding simpler ways to work together and to collaborate. I think collaboration is key. The other element for me is that here I am working on this project dealing with Asian art, and it's kind of by accident that I came to this conference because of MCN. Thank heavens for MCN. And it's only by coming here that I have found out about many websites and utilities that I really need to help the project that I'm working on now. The temple mapping project that's been going on for, 15 years already in Berkeley that I didn't know about. That's going to save me a lot of time. We've been worrying about how we're going to map temple sites and create our own information, again, kind of starting from scratch. It's like developing a segment about lost wax casting again, right? So now I don't have to worry about that. I can go to this, this site that has been mapping the Buddhist temples around the Asian countries and be able to just link to those sites. They promise that they're links that are going to last, they're persistent, they're not going to change them. So, and the work being done with the AAT, it's very important for me to hear about the details about the strategies and the challenges with doing this work, and because we're trying to contribute back to the AAT on our small project as well, and add Asian terms from Cambodia and Thailand, and there'll just be maybe a few terms, but I think it can still help. So, okay.